Here we are, we're almost done with these, as some of you mentioned, almost done with these. This is lesson 23, 24 out of 25 lessons on growth mindset. We're following the framework that a guy named Tom Bilyeu put together, his 25 beliefs. So once again, 23, 24 is the topic for today. So 23, it says passion. Now, Tom Bilyeu grew a $1 billion business and Quest energy bars. And one thing he points out, he says people get all excited about, they see these people that are famous, right? They have a lot of money, have their own business, have their own whatever social media account. He says what most people don't realize is that behind all of that are hours and hours and hours of doing work that is boring. He said just work. I mean, could you imagine that you have a multi-billion, you're trying to grow your $1 million company, and 8 hours a day, all you're doing is putting little stickers on energy bars? How boring would that be? But sometimes, he said, they would have to do stuff like that. Sometimes they would have to work the assembly line. Sometimes they would have to do whatever it is. There's a lot of boring work, he said. But what keeps you going is the big goal, is the overriding passion of what you are doing. And so it says here, passion will help you keep fighting to reach your goals when things get difficult. Center our life around your passions. This is my advice over and over again to my kids, to anybody. The hard part is trying to find out what you're passionate about. But that should be a lifelong quest. Find out what and it's going to change. My passions have changed over the years. When I was in college, when I was your age, I wanted to be a veterinarian. Then when I was in high school, I wanted to be an architect. Then I wanted to be an engineer. And then from there, what after that? I wanted to get in to be a politician. And then after that, I wanted to be it just goes on and on and on. I never set out to be a teacher. Never set out to be a teacher. I didn't become a teacher until I was 30 years old. Right? And so my passions change. But whatever your passion is, put your life into that passion. Because when things get rough, difficult, hard, boring, you're going to need that passion to carry you through. So find something you're interested in. If you don't know exactly what you're interested in, find out what you're not interested in, and then do the opposite of that. That's a little helpful key right there. All right? But here you go. Passion helps you keep fighting to reach your goals when things get difficult. Center our life around your passion. And the second part is this, impactivist. That's somebody that makes a difference. Somebody that makes a difference will motivate, inspire those around them. Real fast story to illustrate this. My daughter is in college right now, and in my opinion, this has been her best year yet. Not because of what she learned. She really learned much of good stuff. She's taking art. Who wants to learn about art? And not because she got good grades. She gets okay grades, A's and B's. But she learned a huge lesson that I'm so proud of her. She had a teacher in college last semester. The teacher was kind of they weren't mean, but they were not a good teacher. They were not a good teacher. They kept changing things up. They were confusing in what they're trying to teach the students. My daughter, as well as almost everybody in the class, was failing the class. Not because they weren't trying, it's because the teacher did a horrible job communicating that. What my daughter did, she got passionate about it. She goes, this is not fair. And so she actually went out of her way to contact other students. She went out of her way to create a survey. She went out of her way to set up Zoom calls. And this is not her. She's very much like me, reserved. This was way out of her element. This is way beyond what she's comfortable doing. But she found a passion about this because she thought what was going on in the class was not right. She wanted to make it better for her other classmates, as well as future students coming to that class. And so she put her sweat, blood, and tears to it, stayed up late, contacted people, everything else, contacted the people higher up than that teacher to try to make a change happen. Now the sad truth is, nothing ever happened. The teacher was allowed to keep doing what they're doing, still being a bad teacher. But what was important for me and for my daughter, she learned that she has a voice. She learned that she's able to speak up for her and other people. And the fact that she took initiative in that was incredible. But once again, you cannot do that if you don't have passion about what you're doing. And if you have passion in what you're doing, then you can inspire and motivate people to kind of rise to a higher level.